All right. Well, looks like Barack Obama's campaign is either over or at least put on pause for now because I've encountered a bug with this particular file that I cannot figure out how to fix. And it doesn't show up regularly. My game, just about 10 minutes into playing, just crashes. And I'm not talking about like just standing here. I think standing here for 10 minutes I'll be fine. But if I'm going out and encountering the world and stuff is loading, it crashes. And at this point, I'm getting pretty frustrated because I can't complete any of the missions or things that I'm trying to do or set up without the game crashing. And the only thing I can suspect is maybe a couple things. One, obviously, when you're setting up um, all of the supply lines and the provisioners going in and out, you're asking the game to constantly load new things as the areas you go into, which there wasn't a problem with that. I've played on survival and set up settlements before, and usually don't have an issue, or haven't had an issue in the past. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I mean I'm setting up artillery strikes at each location, so I know that might be playing into it too. But the main thing that I think that happened was when I went to Northhagen Beach. I was setting up the settlement there, and when I was trying to set up a room and bed for everybody, something weird happened, and I'll kind of replicate it here. So I was setting up, imagine a bigger room and obviously a bigger space, and I was setting up the walls, and you know how like it'll magnetize like this, and it'll give you like a little spot to do it, and then you just hit obviously build, and you're good. Well, I fell off. I was backing up to get a different angle, and I fell off, and it ended up like this when I hit. Oh, I even demonstrated. Ended up like that. I was like, all right, no worries. You just obviously scrap it and just start over. But when I tried to do it, it wasn't highlightable. I was like, oh, that's weird. And part of the wall is out of bounds. So I was like, maybe that's maybe a cause. So I tried scrapping the floor below it because sometimes that can fix it. It didn't work. In fact, nothing on Norhagen is selectable. The entire thing, the only thing that comes up when you go into workshop mode is it highlights a turret. I only have two turrets there, and it only gives you the option to move it or scrap it. And so I scrapped it, and none of the turrets scrap. And I don't get any of the metal, so I don't know what I'm scrapping. So I was like, you know what? It looks ugly. Whatever. I'll just leave. And the main thing is I got the artillery strike and I got the provisioners to go there in and out to Starline. So as soon as I left there, I didn't realize in the moment, but I encountered my first crash. About 10 minutes later, I was in a vertibird flying and it crashed. I was like, all right, whatever. Probably been playing for a while, so um, I found a bed, I saved, and then I ended up doing something else, and I came back to it later. Since then, I've been trying to do a ton of different, just normal missions, trying to go down to Somerville, and I can't make it past this broadcast station without the game crashing. Either vertibirds or walking, and I can't get there. And so the more I thought about it, I was like, I wonder if it has something to do with this. It's when it's trying to load for whatever reason, even though I'm not near it. When it's trying to load what's going on at Norhagen, that bug is causing an issue and causing the game to crash. Whatever algorithm's running in the background where the world itself is trying to populate. My
Nothing
only
has
guess
hit
is
me
when
like
it's
an
trying to
ungrateful
populate what's
scumbag.
going on in
If you
Norhagen,
run into any,
it
put a few
just
down for me.
Marcy, shush, is trying to reconcile whatever's going on there, and it's running into an issue. That's the only thing I could think of. So I know you can change from survival to normal and then upload, work with some mods to fix. I looked in the forum. There's like some workarounds if you encounter some weird bugs and you can't get back to a save. There's some settlement mods I could load that can potentially disrupt what's going on there and allow me to just what do you call it? Scrap everything and start from scratch. So offline, I'm going to play with that, but for now, because I'm just beyond frustrated, we're gonna probably just put them on pause, and then I'll keep the save file. We'll come back to it and then finish out the campaign. Because ultimately, what I was trying to do, I mean, it was no secret. Currently, I was working on the Brotherhood of Steel quest line. I went from Initiate to Knight. That was my title change there. Of course, you eventually go up to Paladin, and then I was gonna make my way over to the Institute quest line to finish out the game to become um, to run the Institute, and therefore finishing out this political campaign where Barack Obama runs everything. Anyways, that was the plan. That still is the plan. If I can get this save file, or if I can get this particular playthrough uncorrupted, if you will. So that's where this one's at the moment. And as I mentioned before, I have tons of different characters and personalities in the queue. So pausing on this one, and we're gonna head to the next one. So, toodaloo.